Okay, so this morning I was making up the bed and I was cleaning up our room and everything. And I told the Lord, I said, I noticed that sometimes if I'm not feeling my best, I don't clean up the room. I'll get out the bed and I don't make it. And I remember when I was younger, when my mom or my grandmother would tell me to clean up my room, I would just be throwing stuff everywhere, y'all. I would put stuff in the drawers. I would put stuff underneath the bed. I was throwing stuff in the closet, and it was stuff that did not go in the drawers, stuff that did not go under the bed, and definitely stuff that did not belong in the closet. But I'm saying that to say I did not feel like cleaning my room, so I literally did what I wanted to do in reference to creating space for things in places that they didn't even belong. And so this morning when I was cleaning up the room, I was like, I realized I'm not feeling my best, but I'm cleaning up the room. And when I said I wasn't feeling my best and I started to clean up the room, the Lord started to instantly talk to me about that. He said, do you see how you are pushing through how you feel to get things done? So he started to also point out to me, like when I was younger, whenever I would do any of my, woo, Jesus. Okay, Lord. Whenever I would do any of my cleaning, it was like I slept so much better. When underneath my bed was clean, when all of my room drawers were clean, when my closet was cleaned out, when my bed was like put together. And my mom used to tell me to do this thing like to help your bed smell good. I don't know if it's like an older thing, but like when you underneath your fitted sheet, you sprinkle some baby powder because it would make your bed smell so good. By the way, my husband hated it, so I don't do it no more. But but that was one of the things. So I would sleep so good. And so this morning, the Lord said, not only are you not feeling well and you're cleaning up, but you're also taking into consideration how well you sleep when everything is clean. So then he started to talk to me about my personal space. And in our personal space, that's our room where we sleep, where we dwell, where we lay our head, where we rest, and we get reacquainted and regenerated for the next day for everything that's on our plate that either the Lord is going to give to us to do or that the world is going to serve us, because sometimes the world can be a little cruel. And I started to think about that, and I was like, Lord, I said, I never really seen it in a way, the way that you are showing it to me this morning. But what he was saying is it's because of how clean your room and how clean your space is, you are ready for whatever may come your way. And not only are you ready for whatever may come your way, but you are also going to be able to rest well. You are going to be able to get everything done that needs to get done. So it changes the perspective of everything when everything is clean. And I was telling the Lord, I said, Lord, I never seen it that way. I never seen it in a manner where literally you are showing me that if I keep a certain space, or not even a certain space clean, but our whole house clean, not only the dedicated space, but even the dedicated space, there is something special about that place where you go and you lay your head every single night, where you go and you rest and you make sure that you are getting the things that you need when you go to sleep and you are being refueled. Imagine your phone, right? Your phone needing to go onto the charger, and you have like 15 to 30 windows open, right? You got all of these windows open and your phone needs to charge. And instead of putting it on the charger, you leave all these windows open and you leave your phone just sitting there, not on the charge. What happens? It's going to eventually die, and your phone is not going to work or operate the way that it needs to. You're going to have a slow system the next day or that time frame. And not only that is it going to be slow, but you are now putting your phone in jeopardy jeopardy of catching a virus. So I'm saying all of that to say, imagine how your body feels when everything around it is clean, where it has the space to think. A spiritual aspect of it is, if you are a person who do not enjoy cleanness, if you are a spiritual person who do not enjoy cleanness, you may need to go to prayer, because a spirit, especially a spirit that is not of God, does not like things to be clean. It likes a place to dwell where things are a mess and things are all over the place. Nasty spirits dwell in places that don't have peace, that has a whole bunch of things going on in the atmosphere. I can't really explain it, because right now it's just so it's like, it's one of those things where I'm just giving y'all the surface of it, but underneath that it's like a whole bunch of other stuff that it's like we would have to go live to get into it. But I want you to understand, if you are a person of God and you don't have your space clean, so it is in the natural, it is in the spirit. If your natural space is not clean, more than likely your spiritual space is not clean. And if you say, Lady K, I disagree, I feel like my spiritual space is really clean. Okay, well, if your spiritual space is really clean, if we was to mirror, if we was to mirror your, if God was to show you a mirror of your spiritual lifestyle compared to your natural lifestyle and the living arrangements, would it look exactly the same? So if your spiritual rim is clean, then how come your natural rim can't be clean? So it is in the natural, it is in the spirit. I thank God for that revelation this morning, because I'm telling you, there are so many times that we overlook the small things that God is doing. We overlook the small things that God is saying. And what happens is when we overlook those small things that God is doing and saying, in reference to different things that's going on with us, we miss what he's trying to get to us. Lady K, what do you want me to get from this? What I want you to get from it is that God celebrates those small things that you are doing to make sure that your space is clean. Make sure that your mind is clean. Making sure that your heart is clean. Remember, the Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. If your heart is dirty, you can't speak clean stuff. You're not going to indulge in clean stuff because your heart is dirty. So I'm saying all of that to say, listen, there is a cleanness. It is cleanness. It's I don't know how to pronounce the word, but I know it's another way to say cleanness, but there is a place that God is calling us to. And y'all, I want you to use these next few days for the rest of this week to treat it like you need to clean something, but it has to go through a whole process. So almost like you gotta close off all the rooms, and you have to pray in these rooms, and you have to deep clean in these rooms. You gotta get down on your knees and get to these baseboards. You gotta make sure that the walls is clean. You gotta wipe down every single thing. Everything in your life right now needs to go through a deep clean, and watch how God moves on your behalf. I feel good in my spirit knowing that I keep a clean space. Do you?